think, one of the things I've seen, early on, I've been out there doing some podcasts. We wrote an article in HBR that kind of previewed some of the findings in the research. And some of the responses have been, well, isn't staying with the status quo, choosing to do nothing is a decision, right? So it's not indecision, it actually is a decision. And I think what's really important to realize is there certainly are losses where the customer decides what I'm doing today is fine. What you are talking about is not a superior alternative, or the journey is not worth it. And those are actually decisions to stick with the status quo. And as I said before, we lose a lot of deals to the status quo. And so the last piece of guidance we would provide to salespeople is don't worry about that. The status quo is a powerful enemy. We've got to defeat it if we want to sell anything. But what you have to realize is that indecision is by definition not a decision. These are customers who are still thinking about it, right? We in 2.5 million sales calls, we identified hundreds of thousands of phrases, utterances, and things customers say. The one that was most correlated with lost deals was, I need to think about it. That is the kiss of death for a salesperson. And the salesperson would much rather, they should much prefer to be told no than to be told, I need to think about it. Because the customer needs to think about it as a customer you continue to pursue. But they're wrapped around the axle with one of those sources of indecision. They have not decided to be indecisive. They can't make a decision. They can't make forward progress. And so I think it's really important for us to understand that the customer, when they make no decision, some of that is a decision. I made no decision because I preferred the status quo, and you didn't demonstrate that I should leave my status quo. Fine. That is a problem. We've got to put that to bed. But it's only 44% of our deals lost to no decision or to inaction. 56% of the time, they're not making a decision because they can't make a decision because they're afraid of picking the wrong thing. They're afraid they haven't done enough homework, or they're afraid they've been given no assurance of success from you, the salesperson.